Here we are again today. How you doing?
Good. Ready to pound
We're
this out.
ready to dive into another stunner today, aren't we?
Yeah, another one bites the dust.
No. That's good. Here we go. All right. Hello, I'm Matt.
Hey, y'all, I'm Luke.
And we're the founders of the People's Champions International. We thank you for viewing and subscribing to our YouTube channel and podcast at People's Champions International. We do appreciate your insights and comments, which you can leave directly on our channel, or feel free to email us at peopleschampions.international@gmail.com. And so welcome to round 10, as we're elevating what people can do while discussing the impacts of artificial intelligence on our lives. And people, today we have a real stunner, as today's round is going to focus on basically tying in the prior round, as we have a scenario in which a company has now put a CEO job in jeopardy by replacing them with an AI robot. So last round, we highlighted a school naming a principal, head teacher, and a director of AI roles as AI. They gave them names, faces, images. Nothing was real, but that's what's going on there. And now it's happening as a CEO of a company. And so before I get into this, I'm actually going to bring up a website here, the company's actual website. Hang on, bear with me just a moment. Okay, so what I want to emphasize here is that this is not a media article. Okay, this is coming directly from the company's website that we're referencing. All right, so there's no spin here. All right, and so basically the company Dictador, a major rum and spirits producer, recently announced their new hire, Mika, as the world's first ever AI-powered robot CEO. And so I'm going to scroll down so everyone has a chance to view Mika. There she is, okay? And she's now going to be the official face of Dictador, the world's most forward-looking luxury rum producer, as they say on their website. And this bold move consolidates the company's position as one of the most advanced and thought-leading organizations globally, is what they're saying. And so, furthermore, what I want to also highlight is what the president of the company is saying. Once again, directly from their website, this is a quote from them, from him. Dictador's board member's decision is revolutionary and bold at the same time. This first human-like robot with AI generation is in the company structure will change the world forever as we know it. And that was his comments. And so I want to highlight a little bit about Dictador. I think it's important to understand how they view themselves, what they say about themselves. Once again, this is what they say, okay? And we want to make sure to be clear about that. Dictador is saying that they're next generation. They're a global thought leader. They want to basically positively impact the future. However, they invite a rebellious mindset, thereby striving to change the world for the better. That's what they're saying there. And so their main audience is basically masters, artists, and rule breakers is what they say. So I want to put that in quote, rule breakers. And by bringing Mika, the first CEO human-like robot, to life, the company once again underscores its reputation for being a visionary of its times. So hold that thought. Think about that for a moment. We'll dive into that here in a minute. They're tying AI replacing humans as rebellious and the future. And so we're going to come back to that. One last thing I want to mention about this opportunity today that we're discussing is that Pepperdine University commented on this in a separate article. So we have a professor out of Pepperdine University, a well-known university on the West Coast. The professor's name was Daniel Langer. Basically, he's saying that he's pretty impressed with this and that he's impressed with their vision of impacting the future. And it shows that they have no limits of imagination or value creation. They've done other impressive and inspiring endeavors with the metaverse, evidently. And so this new initiative underlines the push into the future. And so basically by having this AI-powered robot, he's saying that only rebels at heart can pull this off. And once again, quoting that, he's using the word rebels at heart are pulling off this new trend of replacing humans with AI robots. And so I'm going to wrap it up there on my comments. Luke, do you have any comments before you go into what you were going to share today?
Just off the cuff, I'd say, you kind of touched on it a little bit, but we're continually hearing the narrative is that AI is not going to replace humans. But then we've given examples last week and now this week where human jobs are being given to AI. And again, you touched on it, but they're given faces that look human. bodies that look human, names that are human. So why, if they're not trying to replace humans, are they trying to make AI look like humans and then take human jobs? It just doesn't seem to be consistent with the message there. So, that's just one kind of observation that I made there. And then the other is, they talk about being bold and rebellious and visionaries. And I can't disagree with certain elements of that. If you look historically, the people that were bold and visionaries and many called crazy were some of the people that we look at as, the progressive people that brought us to where we are today. I think there's probably thousands of examples for every one of those successes of people that were bold and failed or died as a result. And so I think there's a difference between being bold if it's a wise decision to move forward and being bold in an irresponsible way. And so I'd really like our subscribers to kind of weigh in on whether they feel like this is a bold move in a positive way or bold in a negative. We're open to both suggestions. In follow-up to that, I want to cover the flip side of kind of what you had just covered, review on why it's important to have a human at the helm of a CEO. So, we're in a world dominated by technology, artificial intelligence is coming. And so that raises the question, is there still value in having a human as a CEO? Obviously, Dictator feels that there's not. An example here where they feel like there is a recent Harvard Business Review article that dives into this question, and it sheds light on the challenges that organizations face and also the benefits of having a human CEO. And so the article identifies this growing trend that we keep covering. And these organizations that are going with AI-driven leaders are gambling on technology and its ability to bring efficiency and data-driven decision-making to organizations. And while there may be some truth to that, it also raises concerns about the loss of human intuition, emotional intelligence, and really a deeper understanding of the complex social dynamics that exist not only on Earth, but really within these ecosystems and micro ecosystems of businesses. And so this Harvard Business Review write-up that I'm referring to covers the CEO of Procter & Gamble specifically. And he took over at a time when, the organization had just lost $85 billion in market cap and valuation. I mean, what an astounding number. Yeah. People's retirements, people's pensions in the company, just kind of wiped out. It really impacted people's lives. Big job in front of him. And he was faced with, as many organizations are now, as the idea of some automated leadership and technology kind of making decisions and running things. But what he recognizes is no doubt is that the absence of the human touch at the top can lead to a lack of empathy, a lack of important decision making, a potential disconnect from the workforce, and a diminished ability to navigate this ever changing landscape of human relations. And that's all real. And so as we think about that, what's the solution to this dilemma? And this specific article, again from the Harvard Business Review, makes a really compelling case on the irreplaceable value of the human CEO. It argues that while technology can streamline processes, human leaders bring unique qualities to the table, and we've touched on them, but they can connect on a personal level, empathize with employees, make nuanced decisions that are based on experience and emotional intelligence, not on algorithms and efficiencies, which are just one aspect of an organization. So, with CEOs that are AI driven, you're going to be losing that adaptability, the creativity, the human touch, the empathy, and really a human CEO kind of becomes the linchpin or steering the ship through metaphorical choppy water, so to speak. And a CEO's job is to foster a corporate culture that values the diverse talents of its workforce, and AI cannot do that. And so this article, again, really makes that argument for the enduring importance of a human CEO. And I would love our subscribers to weigh in on their thoughts on whether they agree with that or not as well. So I don't know what you think about that, Matt.
Yeah. No, very impactful statements you're making and references to articles. What I appreciate about what you're doing, what we are doing, is that, we're using some very credible sources. I mean, Harvard Business Review, I used, a company's website, not a media article. We got a quote from a professor at Pepperdine University, which is well-known, incredible on the West Coast. And even though our audience and even you and I, we may have our opinions, we're really trying to cite these from credible sources. We're trying to relay the facts to create awareness so that the peoples can decide. We don't want to be blindsided by all this. And so we have, basically an opportunity here to think about this and say, all right, wait a minute, does empathy matter? You brought up empathy, which I appreciate that, can an AI do this? I mean, can they have empathy? Can they really be in another person's shoes? I don't know. I think the answer is no. What's your thoughts on that, Luke?
No, I kind of agree. And I appreciate you touching on the fact that we are wanting to cover facts, and we're not anti-AI. I use AI for various things.
Yeah.
We're just creating that, making sure that we're not going down a path of just humans becoming not irrelevant. So we're using credible sources. We want people to make their own decisions, and we want people to weigh in and let us know maybe our minds can be changed. But to your point, an opinion that I have is that AI cannot replicate empathy. I think empathy is something that even if a computer can spit out, I understand your situation and that's so sad and I've been there. No, you haven't, for one. But two, if they say all the right things, empathy is a human to human connection. It's not just something spitting out the right words to say. It's actually feeling that heart to heart connection that they've been there. They appreciate me. They understand me. So I just don't think, no matter what, even if AI learns empathy, it's not true empathy at the end of the day. So that's just an opinion that I have.
Yeah, I can see that perspective, and my hunch is that a lot of subscribers and viewers and listeners agree with you. And so, well, we're going to bring things in for a landing today. People, we have so much to talk about, and the media cannot cover it all. So we need you, people, not AI, to stand with us no matter where you are from, whether it's here in the U.S. or abroad internationally, to contribute and promote what we're talking about. So we want to hear your stories about how people, businesses, and our governments alike are utilizing artificial intelligence in a positive way or an adversarial way, which ties into what we talked about. Is that positive or is it adversarial? So this is very important.
Absolutely. So, we'd love if you'd add comments below. I keep asking, I would love for comments. We want to hear what you think. If you prefer, if you're a little shy, you can just shoot us a message through the channel at People's Champions International or through the email, as Matt stated. And we've got more engaging content coming weekly, and we are looking forward to hosting more guests as well.
All right. Yeah. Just as Luke mentioned, if you're interested in being a guest, just reach out and let us know your name and why we should have you on. And we just need to understand that and vet that a little bit further, and we'll make a decision there if it's the right fit to have you on as a guest. But we look forward to the opportunity. And so until round 11, we do thank you for viewing and subscribing. And as Luke and I recently heard from CEO Mini Suri, AI may be intelligent, but people are wise. And so we want to leave you with that. Be well.
People are wise. Be well.